Hey guys, welcome back. I'm gonna be working on the journey again today. We have another nice day of weather out there. It's pretty windy, but it's like 71 degrees right now. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:45. I want to do some sandblasting since it's nice out. It is windy, but it's not a big deal. I'll record it and then I'll fast forward and play some music, and that'll get rid of the wind sound. Hopefully my camera doesn't blow over because it's about 20-mile-per-hour winds here and there. So what I did so far off camera was, I'm gonna take this power brick apart on camera. We'll do that real quick. I took apart the monitor. This was already all torn up on the monitor, so I'm just gonna sandblast that off. Let me know if anybody reproduces those stickers or not, because I'd really like to get some of those. But I took the monitor frame apart. These are all the parts so far I'm sandblasting for Journey. Power brick. I have the tube carefully sitting on this piece of plywood. It's not going to scratch the tube. There's nothing on the plywood. It's just sitting here gently. I'm going to take it outside and put it on a towel, and I'm going to wash this all down, get all this filth off of here. It's all over my hands. We're going to wash the chassis down too. Somebody has recapped the chassis already, so I am not going to mess with the chassis. We're going to clean it really well. I'm going to make sure the flyback doesn't have any weird cracks or anything starting on that, so that we can make sure that's in good shape, but it is filthy. We're going to make this thing look as new as possible. So let's go ahead and tear down this power brick, because I want to sandblast these handles and the base and everything, because you can see there's rust right here, and I want this to look brand new when I'm done with it. So we're going to get it all cleaned up. Really like to try to save some of these stickers, but they're just so damn bad. I might be able to clean that one up. But all right, let me, this one I might be able to clean up too. That one actually looks pretty good. If I can peel that off without ruining it, that would be nice. Then I could just use some spray adhesive on the back side of it and stick it back on afterwards. So let's go ahead and tear this thing down. And then we can go outside and get some sandblasting done. We're not going to use any of those capacitors. We're going to put new ones in. I ordered 2 new ones for here, so we'll have brand new ones. What the hell is that? Look at that, guys. It's falling apart. It's just that, but I think it's starting to, it's got like a hump to it. I didn't know those things would hump up, but it kind of looks like it is. All right, we gotta get these off. All right, didn't want to throw it back on now. There we go. I'm going to paint this black. It doesn't matter if it has paint because it doesn't need to ground, because we're using those pieces of plastic to stop these from grounding onto the metal. So painting it black, in theory, is going to just add a little bit extra protection, because it's going to put a paint barrier between the bare metal and these studs. And then I need to try to get these stickers off of here, and then we're ready to sandblast a lot of stuff. I forgot to buy those oil canisters last night when I ordered the big capacitors. So now I got to order those and pay for shipping again, because I need 2 of them. Maybe I'll just order 3 of them. I think those are fairly cheap. I did buy some of that stainless steel paint, so we could see how that looks tonight. I want to get all these parts painted that I sandblast tonight, and then we will be starting body work on the cabinet. The coin door I'm not going to sandblast. That's in really good shape. We're just going to sand that down and recoat it. We'll use a red Scotch-Brite pad on it. See, it has this plastic little washer that goes between the sheet metal, and it isolates the two. And there is thermal paste on the back side of this. So we will have to remember to put thermal paste on the back side of it again. So that's done. So I have a razor blade here. I'm hoping I can just get underneath this thing and scrape it off. I can reprint these, but the problem is it'll be in silver, not chrome. I got it off. I'm gonna leave it rolled like that. Just gonna stick it over there off to the side. Damn it. This one didn't make it. Let's see if we can reprint this one. We have one more. I'm going to reprint this one too. All right, so I need to get set up now so that we can get all this stuff sandblasted and looking brand new again. So it's going to be a few minutes so we get everything ready. All right, I got most of them sandblasted. I got a little bit more to go. I'm going to switch to my smaller sandblaster. I was using the bigger one because I was trying to get all this sticky shit off of this control panel. Got most of it off. I didn't want to keep going at it because I was wasting a lot of sand, because obviously I'm blowing sand into the yard and it's $12 a bag now, and it costs a lot of money to keep doing that. Once I get my sandblasting cabinet, I'm not going to have that problem. I could sit there and work on that and get all that off. But anyways, I'm going to use my strip disc for a little bit, get the rest of the sticky stuff off of there, and then I'm going to switch over to my smaller sandblaster, put another bag of sand in that one, and we're going to finish up these parts here. The smaller sandblaster doesn't blast as high of a PSI. This is about 140, 150. The other one's about 120, and it uses less sand as well. Okay, they're all sandblasted. I'm not going to do any more on the control panel because we need to weld and stuff like that. But it turned out real nice. So it's all clean, no more sticky residue. I was going to paint this white, but the more I look at it, since the backside's silver, I'm just going to paint the whole thing silver. That should be just fine. So now what I'm going to do is I had to get a little bit rougher of a abrasive than I normally get for sandblasting because they were out of the finer stuff. So I'm going to take some 180 grit on my DA and just run over these parts real quick just to smooth them out just a little bit. And then at that point, we're ready to paint these parts. So I'm going to go ahead and hit these parts with some 180. And then at that point, we are ready for paint. Okay, I'm going to get them all ready for the spray booth. Now I'm going to use two different colors. I'm going to use that new stainless steel color for the marquee light, the monitor brackets, and the monitor frame. And then we're going to use the brighter silver for the power supply, the coin box holder, and the rings and stuff that hold the capacitors and stuff. And then the transformer there is going to be black. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff set up so that we can get it sprayed. Okay, I'm getting ready to clean off the parts. So basically, here, back, are all the dark color gray. And then these parts here and here are the lighter color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the dark color first, because if the dark color gets on the light color, it's not a big deal. Because the wind movement in the spray booth goes from back here forward. So if I get a little bit of this overspray on that, I'm not going to worry about it, because when I paint the silver is going to be right by the fan, which is going to go out of the booth. So I shouldn't get any silver on these parts back here. So I'm going to get these blown off and wiped down and everything, and then we are going to start painting these. I'm going to show you that stainless steel paint and stuff. All right, so this is what we're going to be using. This is the stainless steel finish. You can see it kind of really looks like that color of the metal before I sandblasted it for the monitor parts and marquee light and stuff like that. And then this is the silver we're going to use for the power supply and a few other parts, and then we're going to hit all of it with a coat of satin clear. I'm not going to shoot the black parts today because I have so many of these parts hanging up. I'll do those when I paint the other black parts. We'll just hit them all at the same time. The coin door and all those other parts. Now, I went through 3 bags of sand today to do all this. So I'm figuring Spy Hunter's probably going to be 4 bags of sand because there's quite a few more parts. But then again, the control panels shouldn't be as bad as this one was. So, all right, let me go get my respirator. We're going to get the dark color on first. I don't like the color. I think it's too dark and it's a little blotchy looking. I'm going to wait a couple minutes. I'm going to go over it with silver. We're just going to use the silver for everything. I bought 4 cans of that stainless. I'm going to take back the other 3. I used 1 can of. Yeah, I'm going to go over it with the silver. I think it's just a little too dark for me. It looks kind of dirty. So we're just going to go with the silver on all of it. Alright, they've been dry for about a good 20 minutes. They look real good. So, a lot of work today, a lot of parts. But we got a huge chunk of it done. Still dry and there might be a little bit wet still. But stainless steel color did not work out. But you know what? If you don't try something, you'll never know if it's going to be better. So I still like my original silver paint that I use better. So that's going to end this video, guys. Part 2 of the journey. We just have a little bit of black parts to paint over here, including those couple that I sandblasted. And then tomorrow I'm going to take the harness out of soaking for the Spy Hunter, and we're going to put the power harness for Journey into there and get that soaking. So don't know if I'll have time to work on this tomorrow. If I do, I probably will start the body work on the cabinet. I think it's going to go really fast. Now, I'm using automotive paint to paint this. This cabinet has Rust-Oleum oil-based paint on it. you can put urethane paint over Rust-Oleum paint if it is a minimum of 30 days old. This is like 20 some years old. So I'm not too concerned about getting all the black paint off the cabinet. I want to get it smooth as glass, okay? So I think in a way that oil-based paint being on here as thick as it is going to kind of work as a filler primer for me, okay? So when I sand this down, it's going to sand down real smooth, and then I think one filler priming after I do my body work will be all we need to do to this cabinet, and then we'll be ready to paint it. Now when I go to paint this one, I'm going to do a little bit different than mine. I'm going to paint the whole entire cabinet. Well, how do I want to do this? I want to put black on the sides first, because I think if I put black paint on the sides first, the blue is going to cover it quicker rather than the gray paint. So, or rather than the gray primer. So I think what I'm going to do is put black on the front and the sides, then spray the blue, and then I'll have to take off the front and sides and then spray the black. Kind of sucks to have to do the black twice, but it is what it is. And then we're going to use a satin clear over top. So it's going to be a really nice smooth finish. Durable automotive paint. I think the PCB might be here. I had a shipment today from UPS, I just haven't had a chance to look at it. But so my goal then tomorrow is let's get started on the cabinet. We'll wait one day on the black parts. We're just going to let those silver parts hang for a day in the spray booth. And then once we get the cabinet ready for primer, we'll primer the cabinet, then we'll paint the black parts. And then at that point, once we're done with the primering, we can sand the cabinet down, get it painted, and it's ready to go back together. I'm going to be waiting on artwork, unfortunately. And I got to make a harness and stuff like that. But for the most part, though, we're going to be more than halfway done with it in a few more videos. So I hope you guys are liking this series on the Journey arcade cabinet. Somebody put some nails in there, I gotta get out. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. If this is something you guys are interested in and you like watching it, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get a notification when a new video comes out. And also, please hit the thumbs up. That also helps supposedly get the video out to more people. Trying to get more views per video. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.